Wagwan plebs, it's your boy Ozzy, and today I'm going to do a very, very spooky, very scary, not actually at all scary or Halloween themed Halloween video. So, what I'm going to do in this video, I'm going to teach you about the mystic art of Tuvan throat singing, which is a form of polyphonic singing that I am quite good at, I'd like to think, and that anyone who knows me in real life will tell you about, because I never stop fucking doing it and it really annoys everyone. But I digress. So Tuvan throat singing comes from a little kind of republic, I think it's called, in the south of Siberia, on the border with Mongolia, called Tuva, fittingly, Tuvan throat singing. And there are three main styles of it. I'd say there's two, but most people say there are three. So there's Humei, Sugut, and Gargara, and I can't pronounce any of them really. So, just to give you a quick rundown, Humei is the most generic style. It's essentially just kind of light overtones. You use your tongue and you clench your vocal cords to amplify it. Yeah, I'll give you a little example of Humei. That's the simplest one to do, definitely the easiest. The way you do Humei is you just kind of, you have to slightly clench your vocal cords, so when you speak it should sound a bit like this, and sometimes throat singers, if you listen, they'll often sing in that voice. So they kind of go, makes you go very red, because you're kind of putting a lot of force. And it can make you choke at first, but, so you do that, and then you move your tongue, kind of back of your tongue to your mouth, like to the back of your throat, and this kind of restricts the flow even more. And what you're doing by doing the clenching and the tongue, you aren't actually adding any tones, you're removing unwanted tones, because when you speak or sing, it's actually not one tone, it's like maybe 10 or so tones. And what you're doing with this is removing a lot of them, and then just leaving one or two, so it sounds like you're singing, like, you know, two notes at once, but actually you're just kind of removing notes. Yeah, now Humei, just, yeah, practice, clench the vocal cords, tongue in the back of the mouth, move it around, because everyone's mouth is different, you have to, like, you know, find a position that feels comfortable for you, and just there you go. So with Humei, you aren't actually amplifying any of the tones, you're just subtracting, like, tones that you don't need. But with the next style, Sugut, which actually translates to whistle in Tuvan, and you'll see why in a bit, you flip your, as well as doing the clench and the tongue in the back of the mouth, you flip up the tip of your tongue to, I can't really show you, I'll draw a diagram, to touch the roof of your mouth. And what this does is creates a second kind of resonance chamber. Is resonation a word? Resonance chamber. And so that, what's that going to do? That's going to amplify one specific tone. And, you know, it sounds a lot more impressive. If you're doing it as a party trick, Sugut is the one to learn, if you're learning this as a party trick. But it is also, like, a lot harder to do. It's definitely the hardest to do. So what you do, you just, like, yeah, just flip your tongue up, clench. Again, you have to figure out, just move your tongue around a bit, practice. Practice is the key with Tuvan throat singing. So you move your tongue to a place where it kind of feels, you know, where you can get the best overtones, and yeah, I'll give an example of Sugut. So the third style, which is completely different to the other two. This is why I'd say there's actually only two styles, because, like, Sugut and Humei are basically just kind of variations of the same thing. But the third one is called Gargara. I can't pronounce it, it sounds Spanish. And what you're doing with Gargara is you're vibrating your false vocal folds. You have your vocal cords, and then above those, I think, there's these flaps of skin called the false vocal folds. So they aren't actually designed to rub together, these false vocal folds. So when they do, they make this kind of raspy, kind of growly noise, which is what Kagura is. So, what you have to do to kind of start, how I got started, you have to groan, which is what people do when they hear me do Tuvan throat singing. So just kind of go, and you'll feel in your throat the kind of vibration, and that's your false vocal folds rubbing together. So to do Kagura, what you need to do is you get that going at like a consistent frequency, rather than just kind of random, like when you go, so what you do is just restrict a tiny bit, like kind of clench a tiny bit in your throat, and you'll be able to do Kagura. And just don't apply too much pressure. You can do some styles of Kagura use a lot of a lot of air going through vocal folds, but at first what it's going to do is hurt your throat. That is the thing. Your vocal folds will hurt like shit for a few days of doing Kagura because they've never rubbed together before, and they're a bit sore, but they'll toughen up with time. So just apply a little bit of pressure, not too much, and you'll be able to sing for a good 45 seconds without breathing. I will give you an example of Kagura. Although I will give you a fair warning about one thing: Kagura travels very, very far. So I've had people complain that they can hear the floor shaking if I do it inside. I once did it in school and had the principal run into my classroom and tell me never to make that noise in the building again. But yeah, so there you go. I should say, I am not the master of Tuvan throat singing. I am not Congra Londa. The people who, to get amazing at this, you have to train for years and years and years. I've been doing it for about a year. But yeah, just if you're interested in it, this isn't a good tutorial. This is like, I am a shite teacher. If you want a good one, look in the description. I'll link some really good ones by actual Tuvan throat singers who are competent. But yeah, just practice makes perfect, basically, and keep doing it. Practice and do some Tuvan throat singing. Yay! Happy Halloween.